Good evening, members of the Joint Planning Commission. My name is Tyler McHugh, and I serve as the Executive Director of the Maysville Mason County Industrial Development Authority. I appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight in support of the proposed data center project and to offer some perspective about what this means, not just for land and infrastructure, but for the future of Mason County itself. Over the past several decades, Mason County has faced a slow but steady decline in both population and employment. In 1980, we were home to nearly 19,000 residents. Today, we sit at approximately 16,900. That's a decline of more than 10% in 2 generations, and it continues. That decline isn't just a number on paper. It's fewer children in our schools, fewer workers in our businesses, and fewer families contributing to the tax base that supports our police, fire, and public services. As of August 2025, Mason County's labor force totals about 7,000 people, with roughly 6,600 currently unemployed. Deeper concerns that our working age population, those between 20 and 64 years old, continues to shrink. The Kentucky Center for Statistics projects that if no major new industries arrive, Mason County's available workforce will decline further over the next decade. That means fewer qualified workers, fewer local employers, and continued economic erosion. In 1990, Mason County supported more than 4,000 manufacturing jobs. Today, that number has dropped below 1,500, a loss of over 60% of our industrial employment base. Those were the kinds of jobs that built homes, supported families, and funded our schools. They created the middle class that kept Maysville's downtown thriving and created opportunities for small businesses to succeed. And while some of those jobs have been replaced by smaller firms, logistics and service work, the wage gap has widened. The kinds of family-sustaining careers that once anchored this community are now harder to find closer to home. Today, nearly 18% of Mason County residents commute outside the county every day for work. The average one-way commute time is around 26.5 minutes, according to the U.S. Census of American Communities Survey. That means nearly 1 in 5 of our working adults gets in their car each morning, drives to another county to earn their paycheck, and returns home late, spending their most productive hours elsewhere. They buy lunch in another county. They fill up their gas tanks there. Many of them shop and spend their paychecks there. That's money and vitality leaving Mason County every single day. And just as importantly, it's time leaving Mason County too. When residents spend 2 hours a day commuting, that's 2 hours they're not spending with their families, not coaching youth teams, not serving on civic boards, and not volunteering in the organizations that hold this community together. From fire departments and school programs to church ministries, neighborhood cleanups, and charitable drives. These are the same groups that show up when communities need help, when a family loses a home, when a local student needs a mentor, or when a neighbor falls ill. Mason County has always had a deep tradition of people helping people. But that requires time, energy, and connection, the very thing long commutes take away. I know this firsthand. For 7 years, I commuted more than an hour each way while working for one of the top-rated companies in the world, Procter & Gamble. I'm incredibly grateful for that experience, but it also taught me the personal cost of distance. That commute meant missing milestones, family dinners, and community events. It meant feeling disconnected from the very place I call home. I was contributing to a company that did great things globally, but I wanted to feel that same sense of impact locally, to help build something here, where my time and effort could strengthen my own community. That's what this project offers. The chance to stay close to home and still build a meaningful career. The chance for young professionals to earn competitive wages without having to leave Mason County every morning. It also gives countless people who still call Mason County home, even if they've had to move away for work, the opportunity to return, raise their families, and contribute to the community they love without having to sacrifice their careers to do it. The proposed data center projects gives us a chance to reverse that pattern. It gives the opportunity to work where they live, to reclaim those hours lost on the road, and reinvest them right here in their hometown. It means local paychecks spent in local stores. It means parents able to attend their children's games instead of rushing home from Lexington, Georgetown, Cincinnati, and other communities. It means workers who have the time and stability to volunteer, serve, and strengthen the very institutions that make Mason County feel like home. This project isn't just about jobs, it's about keeping our people here, fully engaged, fully invested, and fully present in the life of their community. This opportunity represents one of the largest private investments in Mason County's modern history. Billions of dollars in capital investments spent right here in Mason County. It's not a temporary construction project, it's a multi-building, long-term campus designed to operate for decades with continuous reinvestment in infrastructure, power, and workforce. These jobs, these data centers create a high-paying, highly skilled, and stable. These positions support engineers, electricians, operations specialists, and technology technicians, the kind of careers that attract and retain working families. The impact also extends well beyond the fence line. National studies, including Google and Meta's 2024 impact reports, show that for every one job created by a data center, 5 additional local jobs follow. Those include local contractors, maintenance providers, suppliers, restaurant workers, and hospitality staff. That's how this project builds momentum across the entire community. Not through one big employer, but through sustained, layered impact. Projects of this scale also strengthen the systems that serve everyone, from water to sewer, fire, police, and roads. Mason County, like many rural communities, faces rising costs to maintain and modernize its infrastructure. The Kentucky Infrastructure Authority has reported that small systems like ours face some of the highest per-user costs in the state. When the population shrinks, those fixed costs are spread across fewer taxpayers, or ratepayers. The data center's investment helps change that equation. It brings in new revenue to support infrastructure upgrades and water treatment improvements. It broadens our tax base, helping sustain public safety for funding with our fire and police, and it makes it easier to plan for capital improvements without overburdening homeowners and small businesses. These are tangible community benefits, ones that will last long after the construction equipment is gone. We are also proud to have Eastern Kentucky Power as our regional partner. This project aligns directly with EKPC's Public Service Commission approved data center tariff, which was specifically designed to attract high-load, long-term industrial customers like this one, while ensuring that local residents and small business ratepayers are fully protected. That tariff structure has been recognized within the utility industry as a best-in-class model, bringing balanced economic development incentives with fiscal responsibility. It allows large-scale users to receive competitive rates based on predictable, high-volume demand without shifting any cost burden onto existing customers. In other words, this project strengthens the overall grid and improves load diversity without raising rates for local homes, farms, or small businesses. EKPC's proactive planning, combined with the cooperative's history of reliability, ensures that this project will enhance, not strain, the regional power system. It's a model of how growth can be achieved responsibly and in a way that benefits everyone connected to the grid. Now, I want to acknowledge the questions that have been raised about environmental impact, land use, and community character. Those questions are valid and expected. Every large-scale project requires careful review, and this one is no exception. The IDA, along with the project's engineering team, has worked with environmental consultants and state agencies to conduct detailed studies on soil, water, and habitat. Nothing of significance was discovered, but if it were, the company has made it clear that it would be handled respectfully and in full compliance with preservation laws. We have a choice before us. We can continue to shrink, losing population, losing jobs, and watching our young people leave for opportunities elsewhere, or we can chart a new course. The data center project gives us the opportunity to redefine our local economy. It gives us the chance to bring home the commuters who leave every morning, to create new tax revenues that supports our schools and services, and to build confidence that Mason County is open to responsible growth. If we do nothing, our population is projected to fall below 16,000 by 2040. The tax base will continue to narrow, and funding the essentials, roads, water systems, police, and fire will get harder every year. But if we embrace growth responsibly and deliberately, we can change that trajectory. We can create stability for our residents, our government, and our future generations. This isn't about changing who we are. It's about ensuring we're still here thriving, not just surviving for generations to come. On behalf of the Maysville Mason County Industrial Development Authority, I respectfully ask for your support for this project. This is not simply about buildings or industry, it's about people. It's about giving our citizens the opportunity to work where they live. It's about strengthening our utilities, our schools, and our emergency services. It's about keeping Mason County competitive, relevant, and resilient in the decades ahead. We know that growth of this scale won't come without challenges. There will be growing pains in infrastructure and housing, traffic, and even in the way we adapt to change as a community. But those are the kind of challenges that come from progress. The kind of challenges communities want to have in order to build long-term prosperity. We will work through them together with communication and the same cooperative spirit that has always defined Mason County. As a 2008 graduate of Mason County High School, I dreamed of Maysville having an opportunity like this for long-term career jobs and opportunities. This project says one thing very clearly. Mason County's best days are not behind us. They're in front of us if we choose to build. Thank you for your time.